Hey y'all. What's up, y'all? I'm back with another reading vlog, and this reading vlog will be I don't know, I'm just gonna be kind of mood reading with this vlog. I do want to just disclaim that all the books that I'll be reading in this vlog will be from Kindle Unlimited, only because I just haven't bought any new books, and right now I'm trying to use my Kindle Unlimited instead of just paying for it and then never actually reading books from it or even finishing books from it. So I'm going to use this vlog as an excuse to read all the books that's in my TBR or in my library on my Kindle Unlimited. I am currently reading a dark romance. I've actually just started it today and I'm already like 40% into it. It is called Call Me Mrs. Taylor by Shay Saunders. Yeah, this book is unhinged, but I digress. So the books that I am more than likely going to read in this vlog is definitely finishing Call Me Mrs. Taylor. I'm going to read The Deal by L. Kennedy. I am going to finish Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray, and I think the fourth one is let me think, and The Vampire King by I don't actually remember. I think it's Kenya Wright. So those 4 books is what I'll be reading in this vlog. I'm very excited. But anyway, yes, I'll see you guys in the next clip. The first book that I am reading, again, as I said before, I am reading the Call Me Mrs. Taylor book by Shay Saunders, one of those. One thing I will say about this author is that she's creative, okay? And she knows how to create a story with very much deep characters. I feel like it's not just some unhinged story where these people just doing things for no reason. They're just doing it. You can see the underlying trauma or just the underlying issues of why they're doing these things, right? It's basically about the FMC is named Rhea. She is obsessed with the MMC, which his name is Ace Taylor. She basically was stalking him and had been stalking for like 2 months. When he finally noticed her in a restaurant, he gets her number, and then their love journey begins from there. But the thing is, Rhea is obsessed over this guy. She wants him, and I don't mean in just a cutesy way. It's an intense, obsessive, very like controlling, just outrageous way, okay? Ace doesn't know this side of her, but obviously he can see it. And it's just very chaotic from there, right? Ray's crazy. And Ace sees that Ray's is crazy. She has shown her hand more than one time at this point, and I am 40% in. And he pretty much lets everything slide because he's so attracted to her. He really is intrigued by her, and she's not like any other girl, and blah blah blah, right? Personally, I think he is just as insane as her, because why are you letting some of these things slide. Like, I just left off the scene where they went out of town or whatever. They did like a little mini vacation with each other, and she asked this man, as they're having, asked this man, if I was to die while we're in the act, would you continue getting your rocks off? And this man just basically is like, what the right? She's crazy. But he keeps going. It kind of turns him on more. And I'm just like, he's crazy too. Now, if we want to get deep into the book, okay? If you want to get deep to the root of the issue, I think both of them have underlying trauma that results into them attracting to each other like a moth to a flame. Because yes, we can already tell that Rhea has like some issues, and obviously there's some things that happened to her traumatically in her childhood. But I think Ace could easily be overlooked. But it's obviously that the relationship with his mother is the reason why he is so intrigued by Rhea. His mother is a little bit emotionally neglective, and she is just always needing more from him. So I can see that since he always needed this validation from his mom, and he kind of was emotionally neglected from his mom, which obviously means he has mommy issues. I can see why he fiends for Rhea, because she kind of gives him that validation that he wants from his mommy, or that he wanted from his mommy all his life. Like, if we really get into the root of the problem, that's really what it is. So a lot of people are like, he's saying he crazy for you, but you can tell that obviously because of things that he went through, that's why he's attracted to her. So I have officially finished Call Me Mrs. Taylor by Shay Sanders. I am giving this book a 5 out of 5. It just gives me that 5 out of 5 feeling. Like, I genuinely want to buy the physical copy just to have it. Like, and I can go back to it whenever I want to read it again. I mean, obviously I can go back and read it on Kindle whenever I want, but like, this is a book that I would reread. Okay? After I finished, I was like, what am I going to do now? Like, I missed him already. The minute that he decided to get her back after her coming in while he was asleep, I said, oh yeah, they're both terrible. Like, they both need therapy, and he is just as bad. But I really like the fact that his sister called him out and was like, yeah, you like that she's unhinged for you. You like that shit. And I'm like, yeah, because he do like that shit. He liked that shit. He did like it. I don't know. I think they both was very unhinged characters. I think it was crazy how the book ended as well, because after all that, he still, listen, I literally, throughout this whole book, I was just like, Ace is a box of rocks. Like, he really just, it's no cells up there. It's no brain cells. It's just rocks. I swear. Yo, that one sex scene when he was like, or I guess when he came in after, like, when he got his revenge back on her, and he was saying, this my stuff. I said, ooh, ah! No, it was high. It was high, and I was feeling it all in the core. Okay. No, but I really did enjoy this book. I was laughing. I was frustrated. I was cringy. I was getting embarrassment. I was scared. Girl, creep the fuck out sometimes. I really wouldn't mind a sequel, because I really want to know what's left for them for the rest of their life. Like, it's just, I could just see this being a complete disaster. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed that book. I definitely 100% would recommend everyone to read this book. I've already been, every book reader that I know, I've been like, read this book. You're gonna be like, what does Ronnie got me reading? But then you're gonna be like, oh, what does she got me reading? I'm gonna be reading The Vampire King by Kenya Wright next. What's up, y'all? I'm on my lunch break, eating some McDonald's. I finished The Vampire King. The rating that I give The Vampire King would definitely be a 2.5. Trying to finish that book was like trying to pull teeth. I was getting so irritated towards the end of that book, because I was just like, when is this gonna be over? Like, even though I could clearly see that I was 82% in, and the journey was almost there, and it was almost over, and I still was just sitting there like, oh, when is this finna be done, bro? I think something that put me off on this, like, it just kind of like it, left with a bad taste in my mouth about this book, is that the plot was good. The plot was good. She had a strong plot. Like, she really could have got somewhere with that. The smut was just oversaturated. We didn't need all that smut talk and like, it just I wanted a lot more plot. I just feel like this was definitely a smut book. So if you're looking for something that is very like sexy and intense and very smutty, this is your book. But I feel like on top of it being very smutty and it just being way too much, I won't say it was way too much. It was cool. Like, it was way too much. Never mind. Outside of that, it was kind of corny. Like, I can kind of tell that the author that wrote this book was like an older woman, like probably in her 40s, or older. That's why it's kind of cringy like this. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it was too horned off for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me a smut book, but you have to also make sure that the plot makes sense. Like, the plot made sense. It really did. But, like, you didn't nurture the plot like it should have been, because it was a good plot. Oh my God, I thought it was just so corny that the FMC just had all these people so aroused by her and her blood. Like, I was hoping that it like ended on like some type of cliffhanger that was just crazy, that make me be like, okay, you know what? I gotta read the next book. But anyway, I am now reading The Deal by L. Kennedy. I'm only on chapter 2, and so far, I'm liking it. So far. Nothing has really happened, like, significantly, but I don't know. I could tell that this is going to be a fun book. And you know what? After what I just read, I need something fun. So I'm excited. But I'm going to finish my lunch. Hi. So I just watched the review I did for The Vampire King and just realized that I did not actually give y'all any type of synopsis of this book. So let's get into it, just so you can listen to the synopsis and you know, make your own judgment if you want to try to read this book. So basically, the FMC, she is actually trapped at the Quiet King's, who is also known as the Vampire King, kingdom, due to her being a domina. A domina is humans who are able to mate with the king and produce vampires. It's only a select few humans that can. They test their blood and then they trade them in for resources and money to their like families or even like the town if need be. He kills his prince sons because he doesn't like basically want them to end up trying to take over his throne. And she basically just like, I can't do this. So she decides that she wants to escape. Actually, the Quiet King's daughter actually helps her escape and brings her to the MMC, which he is someone who helps these people who want to escape the kingdom and basically bring them back home. And it basically is just about their love journey together. One thing about the FMC is that she is different. She is a domina, but she's different. She has red hair, which also signifies that she is mixed with something else other than just human. And it just pretty much goes from there. It's interesting, but it's an interesting plot for sure. So it's only been 24 hours since I started The Deal by L. Kennedy, and I am done. I finished. Disclaimer, I am not feeling good yet again. I feel like my body has been hit with a semi-truck, and I barely can talk. My nose is kind of stuffy, and I just feel like I really want to go home. But I'm here because I need my money. This book, I am giving a 5 out of 5. I give this book a 5 out of 5. I am actually very surprised that I'm giving it a 5, but I do think it gave me all the 5-star feels. I feel like there was no point in this book where I was hella annoyed to the point where like I was just like, get on with it. I was thoroughly engaged the whole entire time. I laughed. I got really sad at some point. L. Kennedy did a really good job with all the spice and just the plot in general. I just feel like she did this book so good. And the characters, chef's kiss, they never gave cringy. Oh my gosh, that scene when they were masturbating in front of each other, I said, oh, this better be in the series that they got going on, because if it's not, I'll be really disappointed, because I love that scene in the book. That's probably my favorite, even though, you know, obviously their sex scenes are really good too. I don't know, something about that scene, I was like, this is literally my favorite. I love something about that. Like, now, granted, I do not think I'm going to be proceeding with any of the other books. Not because I don't have faith in it. Obviously, she did really well with The Deal. But, unfortunately, I just hate reading books nowadays that just never involves any type of black woman that is not a side character. I want a main black FMC. Like, it's annoying, because even when they do decide to include POCs, you know, it's always a black man. It's never a black woman, and it just feels like there's just this agenda being tossed that white men or men of other races cannot fall in love with black women. And, you know, and I don't know, I like this book for, you know, for this little one time, you know, one and done. I don't think I'm going to continue. but that's just my personal preference. It has nothing to do with the writing, the author, or the stories. I love this. 5 out of 5. Speaking of black FMCs, my next book that I'll be reading will be Real by Kennedy Ryan. I might go ahead and chill, because once I get home, I'm gonna just take me a nap, because I'm trying to recover from whatever sickness is trying to take over me. Hey, I keep forgetting to give y'all the synopsis of these books. So it's basically about the FMC Hannah. She aces this test that nobody else in her college class aces, basically. Everybody else failed in the classroom but her. The MMC, who is Garrett, he decides that he wants her to tutor him for the makeup test because he failed. Now, Hannah is like, no, I don't wanna tutor you. I have too much going on, no, and I don't really like your kind, like the jock, blah, 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 right? Because he's the captain of the hockey team. But then he notices that Hannah has a crush on this other guy in their class, and he's like, okay, what about if you tutor me, I'll fake date you in order to boost your popularity so this guy can notice you. Obviously that intrigues her, so she finally agrees, and basically their journey of love pretty much goes from there. By the way, this is actually my very first Kennedy Ryan book, and let me just say, I really enjoyed it. The rating I would give Real by Kennedy Ryan will definitely be a 4 out of 5. I was very conflicted on what I was gonna actually rate this book, and only because once I got to like the 85% mark, I just felt like it was kind of dragging. And no, it wasn't like, oh, it's getting boring or I'm not enjoying this story anymore. I was still enjoying it, and I was still just like, oh, I love these two. But at the same time, it just felt like the book was a lot longer than it needed to be. It could have been a lot shorter. I feel like it was at least 100 pages too much. It was like a 460 pages, and I feel like this story could have been told in 360 pages for sure. But it's a really, really, really good book, and I still really, really enjoyed it. I love Neva and Cannon. I just think they are just so beautiful, and a beautiful depiction of Black love. So, Real by Kennedy Ryan is basically about this girl named Neva. She is an aspiring actress. Right now, at the beginning of the book, she is a understudy on Broadway. one week, the actual actress, the lead actress, goes on vacation, and this is her time to shine as the understudy. And during that time, on the very first show, Cannon, who is the MMC, actually shows up to her first performance due to his friend bringing him along. And Cannon is a director who is trying to find a lead, female lead, for this biopic that he is creating about a like, I think it's like a 30s 40s singer named Desi Blue. He ends up going to Neva's very first show and falls completely head over heels with her. And I won't say like he fell in love, but he just fell in love with the idea of her being Desi Blue. And basically the story kind of goes from there. He basically fights tooth and nail to get this unknown actress to be the lead in his movie. And he is like a big time director. So he pulls his weight and gets her into this leading role. And it's basically just a story about not only their love story and getting this movie done. It is also a little bit of Desi Blue. We get like a little inserts of her story as well throughout the book, and I really enjoyed that as well. I really did like everything about this book. I really did. But anyway, that is the end of this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun reading all these books, dipping my toe into new authors and new type of stories. I really do hope you guys enjoyed my feedback and just the overall vibe of this video. But without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.